choir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandi Pagano. I am the Administrative Director, and then some here. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to our High Desert Center for Spiritual Living Sunday celebration service in our beautiful community of Apple Valley. Now it's time for our community sing-along. If you'd like, you can stand or stay in your seats. The choice is yours. And we'll sing along with the choir. Take it away. Did you guys say that to yourself? My soul is welcome here? Because it is. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we are an all-inclusive center of love. We are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love. All we ask is that you stay open to changing your life by changing your mind. Welcome home, everyone. We recognize and celebrate each person as uniquely divine. We view each person as an individualized expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. Here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we teach and embody the Science of Mind principles that support our core values, which are love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, diversity, and inclusivity. Thank you for choosing to be here today. And thank you to everyone watching online as well. We're so happy that you're here. Please say hello in the chat box and let us know how you're doing today, and we hope to see you soon. And now, if anybody's joining us for the very first time, a very special welcome to you. If you didn't already pick up a welcome packet, we call it our friendship packet. It's out at the welcome table with lots of information about our center and also about our Books and More store. So check that out if you are new, and thank you for being here. And let's see here. All of the ways that you can connect with our center can be found inside of our program. And you can take it home to keep handy throughout the week. The front side talks about some of the events and meetings and services and things that we have throughout the week, and then all of the ways that you can connect with our center, phone number, email, social media, all that stuff is in there. So please take that home with you to keep handy. And we also have a texting service where we send out announcements, inspirational messages, and affirmations throughout the week. There's no cost to sign up, so if you haven't already done so, I encourage you to text the number on the monitors. It's also in your program, and you can just text join. It's a free service, like I said. This is also a place where you can put in a prayer request, ask questions. Hi, I'm a real person. You will. It's not like an automated thing, so you can reach the office that way if you have any questions. And thank you to those that participate and interact with me on there. It's a lot of fun, and it's a way that we can stay together, stay connected together, so thank you. And moving on to announcements. So Current events happening at our center can always be found at the concierge table, of course, online through our social media platforms, as well as the calendar found on our website. These are all updated regularly, so please check back often because we are always adding lots of new and exciting things for us to gather here, together at the center. And we do have a printed calendar of events that we put out every month, so grab that so again you can stay in the loop. Sometimes people say, I don't know what's going on at the center. We've got lots of ways. I've just told you all of them. So, and of course, if you have any questions, call the office or text us or email us. One of us will get back to you. Some of the announcements that we would like to highlight today are, today you can join our Rainbow Alliance group right here in the sanctuary at noon for our LGBTQIA+ Conscious Conversations gathering. All are welcome to attend, whether you are a member of that community or ally. Everybody's welcome. Again, they meet here at 12 o'clock for a 1-hour Conscious Conversations. Next Sunday, September 1st, is our birthday potluck celebration. We will provide the cake, and if anybody would like to bring a dish to share, please bring it labeled, or we do have labels in the kitchen, and if you can please be here early to drop that off so that our kitchen staff can help prepare that for our potluck. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let's see, what else do we have going on here? Oh, on that note, I would like to add that we are asking for volunteers to help in the kitchen. Please, please, please. We need help with potluck prep and setup and cleanup. So there is a sign-up sheet at the concierge table. The potluck happens the first Sunday of every month, and we don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. If we don't have volunteers and if we don't have people supporting these gatherings that we have, then we're going to not be able to put them on. So we are short-staffed, so we are asking for volunteers. Again, 2 before service to prep for potluck, 2 right before potluck, and then 2 people after to help us clean up. So if that's you, if you want to help, and again, it's only once a month, and it's a really great way to connect with everybody, to be of service, and we really think of this place as like our family. We are a family, so just like at home when we're all in the kitchen and doing things together, we do that here. So it is a lot of fun to be of service in that way. So if you have any questions, you can see Judy and I after service. Like I said, as a nonprofit spiritual center, we rely on our amazing volunteer team, and so thank you so much. I do want to give a round of applause for everybody that volunteers here. Thank you so much. This morning, like I said, we were a little bit short-staffed, so thank you, Judy, for all the ways that you jumped in. We get stuff done around here, but we would like to share the fun. So again, thank you for all of your help, and thank you for joining. Okay, moving on. Also happening Sunday, September 1st, we have the pleasure of hosting another Sonic Sound Experience fundraiser with Eddie and Amethyst of High Desert Healing 760. This takes place right here in the sanctuary at noon. This is another fundraiser for our center and for their organization. The suggested fee is $25. However, all are welcome to join us. And if you have any questions, you can refer to the concierge desk or, of course, contact the office. And again, that's September 1st at noon for the Sonic Sound Experience. And I'm going to ask for another volunteer little thing going on. We do need some volunteers to help move chairs. So if you are willing to stay next Sunday after service and potluck to help us move chairs, even if you don't stay for the sound bath, we really appreciate you doing that. So thank you. One more thing happening on September 1st is the Lifestream Blood Bank, say that 10 times fast, will be here with the Bloodmobile. I just like saying that, the Bloodmobile. They're going to be here accepting donations. This helps to fulfill the growing need for blood donations in our community. And if you are able to donate, please consider donating on September 1st from 9 to 1. So it's 9/1 from 9 to 1. The Bloodmobile will be here, so you can donate before service or after. And thank you so much. And also, they are giving away T-shirts. So it's first come, first serve. So when you donate, you get to have a Labor Day Donate Blood T-shirt. So that's something that we are passionate about, being able to provide and working with that organization. So, and it's not just for us, so you can share it. I put it up on social media. We do have some flyers. So this is a community event. The more the merrier. Even if people don't want to come to service and they just want to donate blood, that's okay too. But hey, it could be a bring a friend day. Donate blood and come to service. Might be a lot of fun. Again, that's from 9 to 1, happening September 1st. Saturday, September 7th, we have our leadership team meeting with Reverend Valerie. That happens at 9 a.m. in the social hall, so save the date for that. And then Reverend Ann Eisele, yes, Reverend Ann Eisele will be here on Sunday, September 8th for a second session of her workshop series titled The Path of Resiliency. All are welcome to join. This will happen at 11:30 on Sunday, September 8th. Love offering appreciated and accepted. Licensed practitioner Lori Smith will be facilitating our next CSL accredited class titled Foundations of Science of Mind. This is a 10-week class beginning on Thursday, September 12th at 5 p.m. The registration fee is $45, which includes your workbook and your class certificate upon completion of the course. You can find more info again and sign-up sheet at the concierge table, or you can connect with Lori. Lori's up here, she's our practitioner, and you can have any questions, refer to her. Okay, let's see. Our 21st semi-annual High Desert Metaphysical Healthy Spirit is back for another fantastic fall event happening Saturday, September 28th from 10 to 4. If you would like to be a vendor, please connect with me in the office. My vendor spaces are going rather quickly, and the early bird pricing ends September 1st. So after that, the vendor registration fee will go up by $10. So if you want to save $10, then get your registration in early. Let's see, we do have flyers in the garden room, and we are looking for volunteers and helpers to spread the word in person and on social media. So please grab a flyer or find the event page on social media and share with your friends. This is a community event. There's no admission fee, and it is from 10 to 4 all day. Lots of healing practitioners, metaphysical arts, lots of goodies for sale. We're going to have some food vendors here too, so it's going to be a really great day. And let's see, did I miss anything here? Nope, that's it. So thank you to our amazing volunteers who helped put this fair together. This is our 21st semi-annual one, and it is one of our huge fundraisers for our center, and it really helps to showcase who we are and what's available in our community, and that's why I'm here. I actually found out about the Healthy Spirit Fair. I came here and was hooked on our center. So I encourage you to invite your friends to that fair on September 28th. We always have lots of exciting things happening here at our center, so check in often to stay connected. Before I move on to the practitioner portion, I do have two special people that we would like to acknowledge today. Richard Fox and Frank St.Clair both have a birthday tomorrow on August 26th. So we would like to thank them both for their continued years of dedication and service. Frank and, oh, they're already standing, yes. So we want to give a huge, huge birthday shout out. And if you could all join me in singing a special happy birthday to Richard and Frank, I would really appreciate that. They are both so special to us. And thank you both so much for your years of service, your dedication to us, to our center. One more. Chris Armstrong's birthday is on Wednesday, so let's go ahead and join him too.
Let's sing the Girls Guide. Let's sing the
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Frank and Richard, and maybe me.
Happy birthday
to you.
You know, we were talking about volunteers earlier, and you may not know, but it takes a lot to hold this place together. So thank you to Richard and Frank and even Chris. You do a lot for us as well, and we're so happy that we all get to have you here and to have your presence here with us. So happy birthday. We are so, so honored to celebrate all three of you. And now, with all that being said, it is time for our practitioner, Frank St.Clair, to come up. So thank you again, and I will see you soon.
Good morning. I am Frank St.Clair, your practitioner for the day. And to start the ceremonies off here, if you please join me for our affirmation today. I'll read it once and then you may join me for 2 repetitions. I stay in the curiosity of life. I stay...
The one that's in your program, it is I stay in the curiosity of life. Just follow along with Frank. Sorry, Frank, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. This is the church of what's happening now. Let me turn around.
But we do.
Follow me in the bouncing ball. Here we go again. I'll say it once, you join me twice. I stay in the curiosity of life. I stay in the curiosity of life. I stay in the curiosity of life. And so it is. Really? Okay. It is now time to speak the words from Dr. Ernest Holmes' promises. You'll find them in your program, and they'll probably be also up here on the screen. You may join me if you wish. I speak the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, wealthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy for the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now, Chris, please, some contemplative music. And I thank you. I'm going to break the spell now. It's now time for our ceremony called Lighting the Flames of Faith. I'm joined by our practitioner, Lori Smith. We perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths all beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for all the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And so it is. If you will join me in prayer, please. Consciously, we recognize Spirit, the omniscient, omnipresent presence. It is love. And per our teaching, we consciously choose to align our mind with this beautiful presence. We are spiritual beings, sparks from that divine fire. And we take moments each day to recognize our connection at our very spiritual essence. It is important that we take this time, and if it sounds a little odd, allow your curiosity to guide you through the window of new ideas, new experiences. Curiosity is a motivating divine force operating through you and me, which we use to aspire to the highest spiritual ideas for man and mankind. Curiosity is the window into a full and rich life. So please take time each day to sit in the silence and stillness and look through this window upon your stage of life. Stay curious, my friends, and enjoy a beautiful, beautiful life. And so it is, so we are. Amen.
Thank you, Frank and Chris and Lori. That was so beautiful. And thank you, Frank, for your meditation this morning. I do want to remind you all that at 9:30 every Sunday, we have a meditation led by our practitioner of the day. So thank you so much for your service today. I really appreciate it. Now, we're going to switch gears and bring it back up just a little bit. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today. Anne is curious and adventurous, which has led her to try to pursue as many careers as possible in this lifetime. Anne's career has landed in the management of gas, electricity, and renewables. In other words, Anne manages energy. Energy management led Anne directly to Science and Mind, where Anne has embraced the infinite energy of spirit. Now, as a minister with a master's in consciousness, Reverend Anne is expanding and evolving this infinite energy. Reverend Anne's mission is to keep the energy flowing for everyone with love and compassion, and to promote self-worth and self-growth. Reverend Anne is in the process of creating the Visioning and Resilience Teaching Center under the auspices of CSL. In addition to guest speaking here at HDCSL, Reverend Anne has led us in workshops and will soon be joining our practitioner team. I'm so excited for that. Please join me today in welcoming back Reverend Anne Eisele. Thank you.
Get up here. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Give me 1 second to set up. While I'm setting up, good morning to everyone. It's so wonderful to be here. And you'll appreciate if I set my timer. So once again, hello. As I was introduced, I'm Reverend Anne Eisele, pronoun she, her. And I'd like to say that in my talk, I really feel that gender neutrality helps everybody learn. So with that, I change quotes to make sure they're just gender neutral, but leaving the meanings behind it. I truly believe in what Holmes said, that you make this teaching your own. And for me, this really makes my teaching. So today my talk is titled, Staying Curious. And I really have to thank Frank for that wonderful prayer and setting it up, the curiosity of it. And he brought us to a place of just allowing spirit to enter. So since spirit is here, I thought I'd also bring in television to start with. And Frank also reminded me, and I didn't realize this, but there was a beer commercial about staying curious. So I thought I'd bring in Ted Lasso. And Ted Lasso is an Apple TV, show. It had 3 seasons. And it was about an American college football coach who's hired to coach English soccer. He's inexperienced, but his kind of folksy, optimistic leadership proves unpredictably successful. So the part of Ted Lasso is played by the actor Jason Sudeikis, and he's also one of the main writers. But this is one of the lines from the show, and it goes like this: "Guys have underestimated me my entire life. And for years, I never understood why. It used to really bother me. Then one day, when I was driving my little boy to school, I saw a quote by Walt Whitman painted on the wall there. It said, 'Be curious, not judgmental.' I like that." End of his quote. When I heard that and I, reread it, I just go, wow, I can relate to that, of people underestimating me or judging me instead of being curious. I want to give a personal example, and I'm going way back. This was actually my first job of graduating college with a mechanical engineering degree. And it was with Westinghouse Electric Corporation, and I was a service engineer repairing, programming, and installing high voltage electrical equipment. You know, engineering is built with theory, and I was like, I want that hands-on experience. So instead of sitting in an office designing, I decided, to work in the field. So I worked on a lot of huge switchgear. And the switchgear is very similar to your house panel. If you blow a fuse, you take the switch and you move it over. But instead of moving a switch, it's a cube that's 3 feet by 3 feet wide, weighs over 100 pounds. You rack it out in order to be able to work on it. So in order to close a breaker, if it opens, you take a bar to give you leverage. And the key is you put your weight into it. So you kind of move with it to close it. And that's how you shut it. Otherwise, if you just try to kind of handle it, you can't shut it, unless you're a weightlifter, because there's huge springs in this that the tension is tight. So let's fast forward a few years, and I'm now working for a utility company, and it's Baltimore Gas and Electric, which is very similar to SoCal Edison and SoCo Gas. And so I'm in training, of all things, and we're learning about high voltage equipment. And I'm with about a dozen other people, and I'm probably the only woman, maybe one other. And so the trainer's training us, and he looks at me and he says, I want you to come up and close this switchgear. Even though, I haven't closed switchgear in, a few years, your body remembers that muscle memory. So I went up to the breaker, and as easily as I could make it look, I closed the breaker. And I gotta say, the trainer's mouth just dropped open. Talk about being set up for failure. And I realized it, which is, you don't normally realize it when you walk up to something. And needless to say, training ended because the point was mute. If I could close a breaker, then odds are everybody can close breakers. But what really stuck with me was not once was that trainer curious. Not once did he ask me how I could do that. And I give this personal story because if you think about it, I'm pointing a finger at this trainer. And if we point our symbolic finger, what happens? We have 4 fingers coming back at us. So I started thinking, where have I not been curious and just judged somebody? I found this initial step in my personal growth to take curiosity and do like a curiosity pause. And so I started thinking back to the moments where I was underestimated and how unpleasant that felt. Where my interactions, or where are my interactions, or where in them do I need to be curious and not judgmental? I like the advice of Dr. Seuss, stay curious. So, why do we jump to judgment? One reason could be that we're wired to tell stories. When I heard Brandi Brown use this statement, I completely stopped what I was doing to hear what she had to say next. You see, I've been listening to Brandi Brown's audiobooks while I've been doing landscape. And today, I'm going to use Dr. Brown's 20 years of studying feelings and emotions. Just to give you a little background, she has a PhD in social work, and she researches emotions and she researches and analyzes emotions through interviews and data analysis. She's what's called a theorist. So instead of taking theory and proving or disproving, she interviews tens of thousands of people to get a feel for what's going on through lived experiences. So the data in this toxin finding, I'm using a lot of her research. So this way, I figure that all the hours and hours and hours I've spent landscaping my yard, we can all benefit from Brene Brown's insight. Oh, I don't have slide clicker, so Nick, thank you. So in Dr. Brown's research, she found that in the absence of data, we will always make up stories. It's how we're wired. So making meaning is in our biology. And when we struggle, our default is often to come up with a story that makes sense of what's happening and give our brain information on how best to self-protect. Our organizations and lives are littered with stories that people make up because they don't have access to information. Oh, thank you so much. Robert Burton is a neurologist and a novelist. He explains that our brains reward us with dopamine. That's that aha moment. When we recognize and complete patterns, and stories are patterns, the brain recognizes the familiar beginning, middle, and end structure and of that story, and then rewards us for clearing up the uncertainty. Unfortunately, the brain rewards us for complete stories, ones with clear good folks and bad folks, regardless of the accuracy of the story. The promise of that aha moment, the brain has no interest in you asking yourself, maybe I have a part to play in this, or am I blowing this out of proportion? The brain likes the path of good, bad, dangerous, safe, ally, enemy. Burton goes on to say, because we are compelled to make stories, we are often compelled to take incomplete stories and run with them. Even when a half story in our mind, we earn dopamine rewards every time it helps us understand something in our world, even if the explanation is completely wrong. Whew, I don't know about you, but this was a curiosity pause for me. When I heard this, my thoughts went to, oh my gosh, I wonder what stories I've been making up. It's kind of a funny moment when you get the science or the concept that we're wired to make up stories and then try to apply it internally to yourself by asking, what stories have I been making up? I paused because when I did this, stories didn't come rushing forward. I had to really think about it. What started to surface was this idea that I had about myself of being perceptive. I felt I could read situations and predict outcomes. And let's just say maybe, is accurate 10% of the time, maybe even generously 50% of the time. Isn't all that perception another way of saying I'm trying to complete a story by making up the remaining details? Am I trying to just stay safe and reduce the fear of the unknown that might bring in what I honestly thought was the truth? To me, this is a power of curiosity. If we know we are wired to make up stories and ask ourselves, what do we know to be true? What story am I making up? Brown explains it as our stories fill in the data gaps. What makes that scary is that stories based on limited, real data, lots of imaginated data, blended together emotionally, satisfies version of reality are called conspiracy theories. We are all conspiracy theorists with our own stories, constantly filling in the gaps of the data gaps with fears and uncertainty. And it gets better. In addition to attending to conspiracy theories, we also have to watch for confabulation. And I love this word. A confabulation is a lie told honestly. To confabulate is to replace missing information with something false that we believe to be true. So we're not outwardly lying. Our brains are wired to try to complete what's going on. Confabulations can show up at work. And, when we share what we believe is factual, but really just our opinion. For example, oh my gosh, I know we're all getting fired. I believe it's true, but in reality, it's my fear combined with what might be a little bit of data. Oh, I went the wrong way, sorry. It's so worn that it's off, so I'm pressing the wrong one that's not used. So Socrates was a Greek philosopher around 400 BC. And he said, wonder is the first step towards wisdom, the sense of curiosity and amazement that prompts us to investigate, question, and discover more. Being able to express or describe our feelings and emotions helps expand our world and supports our curiosity. One of my closest friends is originally from Denmark. She's been living and working now in the United States for 15 plus years and is a US citizen. And she said when she moved here, she was really taken back that complete strangers cared about how she was doing. People asked her, "How are you?" And she'd proceed to tell them how she was doing in that moment. She realized something when she got that blank stare, confused look, and she had no idea that being asked, "How are you?" was a greeting of hello. And the answer is usually just, "Okay, good." I don't know, I kind of thought about that and I said, how awesome would it be if we were just a bit more curious? So when I said, "How are you?" it was genuine. How are you? What are you doing? That you just felt like you were curious. You wanted to know the other person. We're social beings. Expressing our feelings in order to be curious can be a stumbling block. Ludwig Wittgenstein was an Austrian philosopher who believed the purpose of philosophy was to find explanations that allowed people to picture the world. Wittgenstein felt that our limited language resulted in our limited world. Wittgenstein said language is like a portal to making meaning connections, healing, learning, and self-awareness. Having access to the right words can open up an entire universe. When we don't have the language to talk about what we're experiencing, our ability to make sense of what's happening and share it with others is severely limited. Without accurate language, we struggle to communicate. Language shows us that naming an experience doesn't give that experience power. It gives us more power of understanding and meaning. Brown's research on emotion, we're conducting interviews, as I said, with like tens of thousands of people. So when people were asked to express their emotions, mainly 3 emotions came up, and that was it. No other emotions mentioned. And the emotions were happy, sad, angry. Brown explained that our limited ability to express our emotions was like going to see a doctor for your shoulder, but your mouth is taped and your hands are tied in front of you. and you're standing there trying to tell the doctor that you've got this severe pain in your shoulder. And it made me remember when I was a kid, and I was around 13, and my dad sat me down for a talk because he had heard from the other parents that the older kids were swearing around the younger kids. And I was considered to be an older kid. Instead of making a judgment that I was one of the kids swearing, he took it as a learning moment by explaining to me that if we always use swear words to express ourselves, then we'd be limiting our vocabulary. There are so many other words to describe situations, feelings, to express yourself in these varieties. That discussion stayed with me my whole life. And practicing using my vocabulary absolutely transformed me. Not that you don't use swear words, but you just don't default to them. So I invite you to join me in learning to label the emotions with a more nuanced vocabulary and to partake in that transformational experience. Dr. Holmes said, "We exist that life may express through us as individuals. We seek self-expression. This can be brought about only by finding divine center in self and living from it." I would also add to that is finding the power of self-expression through expanded vocabulary. So now that we know that we're wired to be storytellers and are not always aware of the stories or conspiracies or confabulations, how do we avoid judgment or stay curious? Curiosity is recognizing a gap in our knowledge about something that interests us and becoming emotionally and mentally invested in closing that gap through exploring and learning. With interest, our minds are open to seeing what is there. With curiosity, we have acknowledged a gap in what we know or understand in our hearts and our minds. There is a thinking challenge and an emotional experience of the potential satisfaction of closing those gaps. In George Lowenstein's article, The Philosophy of Curiosity, he found that knowledge gap perceptions means we have to have some level of knowledge or awareness before we can become curious. We are not curious about something we are unaware of or know nothing about. Let me say that again. We are not curious if we are unaware or know nothing about the topic. That to me is big because it has an incredible impact for education and learning. Simply encouraging people to ask questions doesn't go far towards stimulating curiosity about a particular topic. It may be necessary to lay some groundwork, to give some information, to spark that curiosity. So curiosity doesn't exist without interest, and curiosity and knowledge most likely grow together. The more we know, the more we want to know. Are we being judgmental because we're unaware of our knowing nothing about the topic, person, or situation? And are we just telling ourselves a story just because we're wired for that beginning, middle, and end? Choosing curiosity can also be very vulnerable because it requires us to surrender to uncertainty. We have to ask questions and admit to not knowing and risk being told we shouldn't be asking questions, and sometimes make discoveries that lead to discomfort. Einstein said The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. So curiosity is not just a tool for acquiring knowledge. It reminds us that we are alive. Research are finding evidence that curiosity is correlated with creativity, intelligence, improved learning, memory, and problem solving. So let me just summarize once again by quoting Walt Whitman. Be curious, not judgmental. Staying curious by asking questions. What am I? What story am I making up? And what do I know is true? So if you would, with me, just take a moment and let's pray. And you can close your eyes or take a nice soft focus somewhere in this wonderful sanctuary church. And just center ourselves in the presence of God, that one source, that abundant love that's in and through and around everything and everyone. The God of curiosity, and love, and wisdom. And I know I am one with that source. And I speak my word for all of us, knowing that we are children of God with wisdom, compassion, and love. And we come together as this community to really understand and to ask and hear, how are you? And to want to know, how are you? And are you doing well? And I know as a community we can support and love and just ground each other in that wonderful gift of knowing and questioning and that childlike curiosity that's deep inside of us that just wants to bubble up. And I'm so blessed for this community and this gathering. And I want to give my heartfelt thanks to all of the volunteers and all of the support so that we could enjoy this lovely Sunday morning and this wonderful atmosphere. And I give my thanks for this time together and to be able to share the love and to receive the love. And I release this into the universe, knowing that all is good, all is well. And so say with me, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Have our choir come up, please. Just kidding. I know, right?
being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. Yes, I love myself just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am.
Thank you so much, choir. And let's give another round of applause to Ann Eisele for today, for her amazing inspirational talk. Thank you so much for traveling and being with us today. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. And I really love when you were talking about, how are you? Because so oftentimes we just, hi, how are you? And we keep on walking. And you know, it's not really personable. So thank you for that reminder. And so today, I encourage you, as you join us for fellowship and treats, thank you for those that brought our yummy refreshments for today. Thank you. They are homemade, by the way. And I encourage you to ask each other, how are you? And really sit down with some coffee and tea and find out. So that was just my little 2 cents on that. Now, this is our time for giving. Please take a moment to join me in appreciation for this beautiful community and our Science of Mind philosophy. We know that we live in an abundant universe. There is always more than enough, and we use this time right here, right now, to open up the flow of abundance. We circulate this energy with the power and presence of our gratitude. We appreciate contributions of any kind to support this spiritual center that is growing. In addition to placing your offering in the basket today, there are various ways that you can contribute to our center, and the information is up on the monitors, or it will be. Thank you, Nicholas. Because of you, our service and experience here together continues to be possible, and the possibilities are definitely growing. So thank you so much for supporting the vision of this spiritual center and our philosophy. And thank you to our ushers for your service today as well. I invite everyone to please join me in reading aloud our Declaration of Affirmative Giving, located inside your program and also up on the monitors. And before we begin to recite this, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in, feeling that gratitude and releasing. And we begin. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you, ushers.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
We take this moment to bless this givings and to thank everyone for supporting this lovely community, the high desert, for all you do, all you donate in your time, your love, your offerings. And for this, we are truly grateful. And so I release this knowing that this donation is doing good work in the world for everyone. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, ushers. And as a reminder, our practitioner team is here to serve you. There's a prayer request box in the garden room where you can put in a prayer request or call the office throughout the week or send us a text. But they are also here to serve you on Sundays with a quick spiritual mind treatment. So if you have any challenge in your life that you would like some clarity on and some grounding into the new way of being, then please see one of our practitioners for a quick minute mindful treatment after service. Thank you, practitioners, for your service. And as we love to affirm here, all is well, life is good, and we are truly blessed. Now let's all join in circle to close out this beautiful service with God Makes Me Want to Sing, followed by hugs and handshakes for those who choose to participate. I invite you all to have a wonderful, great week and join us for social hall, for fellowship in the social hall. And remember that LGBTQIA+ conscious conversation meets back here at noon in the sanctuary. Have a great week. Let's circle up, friends.
It's alright.